What's
Cool.
going on, guys? Joe and Gio back again with another episode for you guys. On this episode, we're going to be talking about delayed gratification. So, what is delayed gratification? Very simply, it's work now, play later. For the people that don't know what this is, it means to prioritize what you want later, long view, over something you want right now. Instant gratification. I'm going to let Gio go over his definition of delayed gratification too.
It's very simple. It's immediate gratification versus delayed gratification. The things you want now versus the things you want most. It's Are you settling for the immediate gratification or are you settling for or are you working towards what you want most more than anything that requires time and energy as the ultimate investment? It's really an equation that's solved by discipline and action.
Dude, that's hard as hell, man. An equation solved by discipline and action. I love that, dude. I've never heard that before. You got to trademark that. That's a good way to look at it, man. Delayed gratification, how it relates to our lives. We're just going to go over situations about how it applies to our lives, and then we're going to talk to you guys about how you can apply it in the real world, a real world application. So, a little background story for me that goes over how I practiced delayed gratification for many years is, well, to begin with, I left the United States 3 years ago. I'm an expat. This was a process that had many moving pieces behind it that took an additional 2 to 5 years to complete. I had to prioritize the processes needed, such as getting my various citizenships in order to make this happen. During the height of COVID, this was a nightmare for me since all government offices were backlogged and document orders went from being fulfilled in 1 to 2 weeks to 8 to 12 weeks. So I was getting all this done during COVID, and what had originally could have been like a 3 month wait time ended up being over 2 to 5 years in total. Um, you know, I lost count. I lost count of the times that I needed to send documents, get them back. They were fucked up, and I had to get them amended to get them refixed. And that then took another 6 to 8 weeks per document. So I needed to get, for example, my birth certificate. I got it, and I realized that, for example, my mom's name was fucked up on it, and I needed to send it back after waiting 12 weeks to get it, and I need to wait another 8 to 12 weeks to get it fixed to see if it was right. And oftentimes it happened where nothing got fixed, so I needed to send it back again and wait another 8 to 12 weeks. Fucking nightmare. People see what I do now, not understanding that one, this absolutely did not happen overnight. And two, my problems haven't magically disappeared. I still have problems, albeit better problems. So this was only possible, me leaving the United States, because of prioritizing long view, prioritizing delayed gratification, and not what I wanted immediately and instantly. Money obviously was involved in making this happen. Instead of going out on weekends, partying, drinking with girls, wasting my time with them, I worked 50 to 70 hour weeks to save and invest money for this move to happen. That's just my story. So I think that, for delayed gratification, you really need to be able to practice that if you want anything good in your life to happen.
Like I said, man, it's a matter of discipline and action. You were patient enough and you had to give it its due diligence. You were disciplined to say, hey, this requires capital. So instead of me partying and partaking in any BS that's not going to contribute to this grand plan, I'll maybe work some OT. I'll maybe put some extra money aside that I would spend in the club, at a bar, whatever it may be.
Yeah, man. I mean, I used to work in tech, corporate tech, and my money, let's say per paycheck, I was making $4,000. I am not kidding when I tell you this, dude. 75%, $3,000 of that 4K was put into saving and investing. The rest was bills, dude. I really had, out of $4,000 coming in per paycheck, 100, 150, 200 to just fuck off and use for like bills, groceries, whatever, man. I mean, I was really locking down, and this was me at 21, 22, So long view is necessary, dude. So sorry about my little rant, but anyway, tell us about how you practice long view, bro.
No need to be sorry, man. So yeah, like in a personal example, how this relates to me, a few years ago, I was on a low point in my life. I was in a constant low frequency state. I wasn't taking action or accountability for my life. The things that I wanted most, I just complained about. I complained about why I thought it wasn't attainable, why would take so long, and why it sucked that I would have to wait so long to reach it. Some of the aforementioned desires were a better physique, more money to be able to develop certain skills that would have put me in a better position in life. And I was in that low space for some time. So because I knew it would take time and energy that I wasn't willing to invest, I indulged in vices. I indulged in weed. I partook in vices that didn't contribute to my growth. Instead of doing things that I know contribute to my growth, and instead of doing the things that I knew would help me get to that position that I wanted to be in, such as boxing, going to the gym, spending time instead of at the club or at the bar or whatever, spending time and investing it in learning those skills that would bring me to where I want to be. So it's basically, again, the immediate gratification versus the things I wanted most, the things that I wanted short term versus long term. Basically, figuring out how to go about where I wanted to be. I chose the immediate gratification of pleasure over purpose.
I love that, man. Pleasure over purpose. Um, that is not the way to go about it, right? Purpose over pleasure is the way to do it. So I honestly believe, dude, that look, guys, I'm talking to you motherfuckers, like I'm talking at the camera right now. If you don't believe that delayed gratification is necessary for a better life, you deserve nothing good in this world. If you are unable to practice delayed gratification, you don't deserve anything good because investing, construction, building habits that contribute to a better future, that is all delayed gratification. If you're incapable of practicing that, you don't deserve the good things of this world. That is simply the reality of it. It is necessary, like Gio said, it's an equation. He said it already that you need to apply to your life if you want something better for yourself. There is no hack, there is no trick, there is no runaround, there is no backdoor secret to accelerate that. That's it. You just got to do it. To close out this episode, figure out what you want for yourself. Take daily steps to make it happen, despite the difficulties and bullshit that will inevitably appear along the way. Get it done. That's it.
It's always going to be action and discipline. It's always going to be the key to delayed gratification, the long-term rewards of your long-term investment. Are you willing to put in the time and energy to make it come to fruition, or are you just going to choose the quick relief, the band-aid, the thing you want now that won't contribute to that overall growth?
That's it. That's the reality of it. You guys, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Self Development Dialogues. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment, you like, you share the posts, you save them. We're just starting off. We think that what we're doing here is only something good for everyone. We're just sharing what's helped us that could help you. I don't know if Gio has any other notes he wants to end on.
Just to follow up, just piggyback, we're now on just to follow up and piggyback off that, we're now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now. So please like, share, follow Instagram, YouTube, all the platforms. We appreciate you guys being on the journey. And as always, the trajectory is always up.